I hit it with a tree.
So now we have a $5,000 loss.
Now we're fighting bees.
Put yourself in a spot where that dam will fall in on you.
Just don't want to leave these folks with no power tonight. We're over 6 figures on that.
To get all this, everything for cutting trees and stuff ready.
Yeah, they're good to go. We're rolling. We're heading up the road now.
Alright, well, if they miss anything, I'll let them know.
Alright, I appreciate it. They should be good. I went over what we needed with them and made sure that was in the truck.
Shane dropped his dozer off just now. He's gonna go get some dirt for whatever.
Yeah, and then head on up there.
You just want us to try to get these
pads level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then work on that road going on down from there. From like that last RV spot.
I want to get him going, make sure he knows what to do.
Yeah.
I got a fucking major headache today.
Alright, well, let's make sure he's rolling.
I'm gonna let him get going, and then I'll try to get rid of this headache for a little while, and then I'll swing back out here and just check on it.
Alright, that's cool. Alright, I'll be in a tree, so.
Alright, I'll see you.
Do you want to try to save as many of these as we can, or if it's gotta go, it's gotta go?
I mean, if it's gotta go, it's gotta go. I like that big one up there.
Yeah, big sycamore.
This one I don't really care for.
I mean, it's not in good shape because you see all the dead wood, and if it's got that moss and stuff on it, you know, it's usually because it's holding. Okay. Probably those vines were worse and they've choked that thing out pretty bad. Good enough to climb. It's way cheaper to do it that way than having to bring a bucket, you know what I mean? So the longer it stands here and the more it dies, the more expensive it'll end up being. But that tree's not much to do either way, just it's not a big tree, you know. I'd probably take it out sooner than later, just get it, you know, away from the barn, get away from the power lines, and unfortunately it's not going to live much longer. So ironically, the good in it is what's actually leaning over the building, you know. So normally I would just suggest cut that part off and let the rest live as long as possible, but it's already way worse off than that side, you know. If we were to do it like while we were here, probably $800.
Okay.
Pretty much all of it except for this little bottom here we can chip up. So.
Okay. And then.
Check out that sycamore.
Yeah.
They hold at least one every year too. If that were to have a split or something there, I'd be worried about it. But even if it starts to, that side would fall to the woods over there. So yeah, I'd probably leave it. I think it's very healthy tree, and the little bit that you would take off right now, I just wait till springtime-ish and it won't hurt it as bad, you know? Yeah. Had a pretty bad spot here before, but it's healing itself really well, you see that? Health-wise, it's great. Like a nice clean cut right here and spray a little specticide on it so nothing can get in. That one above it's so dead, nothing's getting in it anyway.
So that's the one we originally talked about. And these two are just leaning that way.
Yeah.
Like over the power lines. That one's kind of intertwined into the power lines.
Yeah. Doesn't really serve much purpose back here, do they? They got these other trees above them for shade.
Yeah. I'd like to get those down if that's something you can do today.
Yeah. Can we take this fence, just lay it down for the day, and then
that's fine.
Pick it back up. If I cut this tree before I cut the pine, it'll make taking the pine down a little bit easier too. So that one really wouldn't be much at all to do. This one's a little bit hairy because it's got the other power line running back there, you know. So I'd have to get real high in that top, and the top's pretty small. I can even look at taking this out first and climbing the pine and swinging over to that. That's probably what I'll actually have to do.
All right.
But I'd say probably another $1,000 for the two, most of that being in this one, you know.
Cool, let's do it.
Being right on the edge of that bank's a little worrisome, but that's a poplar, and they got roots that will grow way back into that bank. So what I would maybe do is just, like, you know, keep the height of it knocked down a little bit. You know, it's like where it's at now is fine, and probably the next 3 to 5 years of growth is fine. But yeah, these bigger ones I'd leave. They'll hold the bank, they'll provide shade and serve a couple purposes. So
cool. We did have a question on that other pine, right?
It's growing pretty straight, and we weren't concerned about it, but just curious about your professional opinion.
Again, they have a pretty strong taproot that will grow straight down. I wouldn't be super concerned with it. The only hesitation is that there's not a lot of trees right behind it, and if we take these around it out, it's going to catch all the wind. So if it's got a big full canopy, you know, where it can like push on it with the wind instead of like blowing through it, that would be a concern. So you know, if when we take these out, it does start to fill the canopy back up, because right now it's not on the lower part because of the shade. But if it starts to get like a big sail in the wind, then you can kind of go through and like open up pockets so wind will blow through it versus pushing on it, you know?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get started.
Cool.
Momito, la troca aquí, necesito moverte de rama abajo por la troca.
Won't you send it so far? You can cool blue I've been lost on the back roads in the town. Gone blind. Even my family have put me out of my town now.
I'm good, it's just too windy. I got someone coming right now, just don't come near the line. Yeah, we're good.
Put on the south side of the hill, but won't you take me home? 'Cause I've been broke down for so long, and Lord, it's getting cold. Desperado in West Texas for so long, Lord, I need a change. For 10 long years, this old place ain't seen a drop of rain. Now the wind blows every day, Lord, all like a desert snow. Like a lost bound train, running on cocaine and out of control. But on the south side of the hill, but won't you take me home? 'Cause I've been moving down this so long, and Lord, it's getting cold.
So it hurts my goddamn wrist bad. And that top is gonna be hard to get out.
That second top over there behind the other power line goes backwards because it's in that other tree too. There's nowhere to drop it. And it's really too small for me to get all the way up there.
That wind was bad. Up there it feels like in a fucking tornado. Fucking tired. Yes, sir. Yeah. 20 feet over the top, son. One trip. Take a break. Take a break.
My rib was fucked from all that.
Pine sap. if you load that thing and it doesn't take out one power line on the way out of here, you didn't load it high enough. That cat'll weigh the front down.
Lonesome highway. Won't take me where the poor man goes. Where I don't know. Nothing but a tangerine. Morning came by my soul, 'cause it comes from a hard-earned place. From the side of hell, won't you take me home?
Not real far from here. Will you call them and see if you can bring up brush there?
Yeah. 7.6 miles away, and then there's one that's 3, but when I called them, their phone was doing all kinds of crazy county waste, solid waste. That's 7.6 miles, 23 minutes.
Call them.
Yeah, oh yeah, they answered already. I already called them.
Oh, what did they say?
We're good.
You can bring it?
Yep.
All right, let's get a little more in there and then we'll go, because we got another tree down there.
All right.
Maybe that second one we took down the mountain, you know?
Yeah, hopefully.
Perfecto. Está bien.
Ahora sí casa.
Maybe tengo poquito más lama por la otra persona. Vámonos. Maybe tengo uno más truca y abajo la montaña. Yo necesito cortar uno más de la muerta de cherry atrás de la otra casa. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's there for. Put that bar in it, and then that binder just pulls everything together. Yeah, it's all good. I'm motherfucking tired, dude. God damn, it's 2:30.
I think it's stripped the transformer up there.
It did it.
It blew the screws out of the bottom of the...
Right there. The weatherhead.
Got the pipe. It looked like in the pictures we could just... Yeah, what we were going to do is cut it loose and redo your piece coming in. I'm kind of concerned about
You need to get done, and I'll have my guys do it.
I didn't think much everyone get here. The furthest away from me.
Yeah, keep you busy there. I just got transferred to try to schedule a reconnection on a meter that I'm an idiot and knocked the power line down off of earlier. My electrician's here and putting in a new weatherhead on it because it bent it. And we just need you guys to come out and put the line back on. It'd be about 2 hours probably before we get this weatherhead put back together. I'll work fast.
So you're thinking maybe about 5 o'clock?
Maybe a little bit before. We just want to try to get it buttoned up in the roof. Maybe we can even get it stuck back out and you guys can put your service on. I can just get a split boot or something. Can they come at 5?
Yes. Let's see. Did somebody cut that loose for you today?
No, I hit it with a tree.
So did your electrician just unhook it then? The service?
He hasn't yet, but he will need to put the weatherhead in. Yeah, the transformer obviously got flipped. You know, when it arced inside the panel.
So I'll make a service order and I will give it to our on-call crew, and that way they can try to be there around 5 o'clock to get it put back up for you and reconnected.
That'd be phenomenal, man. I just don't want to leave these folks with no power tonight.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Now,
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Let's get this tree on the ground and get the fuck out of here. Damn, this motherfucker's nasty. I feel like it'll take them 5 times longer to load up all those blocks if I'm not here, you know. Last one of the day. I hope it's all fucking poison ivy covering this son of a bitch. I hope it is poison ivy. It's stuck right in my fucking face.
But on the south side of hell, won't you take me? 'Cause I've been gone for so long, now it's getting cold.
1200 degrees, my friend.
Think you guys have that back up at 5?
Yeah, well, right now we're fighting bees. And we had
There's spray there.
Yeah, we just need to put 2 cans in there.
I told the guy, I said, I'd love to have you guys out here tonight. I don't want to send this customer down the road with no power, you know?
Yeah.
You know, fucking get cold tonight up here.
Dude, it melted the neutral.
It arced for a while before it finally went out.
Hopefully nothing on the insides
Yeah.
fried. But the good thing that could save you on that is that the neutral is still connected.
Oh, okay. So it went back there.
Yeah, hopefully if it's anything, it was cooking on the outside.
Yeah. Well, I seen it.
Yeah.
Flashing out here pretty good.
Did it get loud?
It wasn't crazy, but well, I was also 80 feet in the tree over there, so.
We were literally leaving to go get material for the tiny home. And
well, cool thing about all my personal shit is it just always
keeps
gets
going.
put to the back burner.
It's cool. I got these guys scheduled for pretty much the rest of the week for whatever you need. So,
all right.
We got all kinds of other bull crap going on too. So,
We're gonna shy guys back down the mountain. I've got a million calls while I was gone over the weekend, so I need to try to play catch up. We really came for the one pond, and when we got here, he added 4 more. So yeah, it's fucking the whole day. And this, of course, you know.
hey, we'll get it fixed up and
Send me an invoice later. I get you paid today on it.
I got you, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I appreciate you getting up here so quick, man. I think that I breathed sweat into my nose. My nose is burning like I was underwater, you know? Alright, how the fuck do we get out of here? We're doing a breakdown of what we made or did not make with the tree removal that I hit the power line on. The total of whatever, 3 or 4 trees was $3,500. We're gonna have about $2,000 in paying the electrician. I assume, I haven't received the invoice yet, but I would assume it's gonna be around $2 grand to pay the electrician, rush fee to stop what he was doing, run up there. The power company had to come and run a new line from the pole over to the house. So let's just say we got $2 grand in it, where we stand to make $1,500 before overhead. Well, with our overhead, that's gonna eat that $1,500 up, and we'll still have technically a $2,500 loss on the day after we've paid everything, paid our overhead, paid the electrician. But let's look at the other side of the coin of if we got there, and thank God, you know, nothing worse than what had happened, and, you know, no one got hurt or anything like that. But let's just say we got there. I started to climb the tree, or maybe even before I started to climb the tree, we realized it was just really too windy of a day to be climbing and cutting stuff that high. And we decided that we'll come back another day, and we went home. Now we have a little more than a total of a $4,000 loss, because our overhead again is roughly $4,000 a day, plus any expenses to have gotten there and back and the help that came in that day. So let's just say everyone came in, I get there, I decide I don't want to do the tree because it's too windy. We go home. Let's just assume our expenses are $1,000. So now we have a $5,000 loss versus the $2,500 loss. So is it better to just do nothing that day, or do something even though there's a chance you may technically lose money? Well, yes, we lost money yesterday, but we did not lose as much money if we did nothing. And that's why knowing what your true cost of business is and knowing your freaking overhead is so important, because 95% of business owners would have thought, well, all we're out right now is our fuel to get up here and a little bit of labor that came up with us, and thought, well, I'm only standing to lose a couple $100 today. When in reality, no, you lose that plus whatever your overhead is. And if you know what that number is, you can make decisions much differently. Most people think that they may know their overhead,
but unless you actually sit down and track all of your expenses through several months, sometimes even up to a year, because people don't think like the tags that I pay once a year, my taxes that I pay once a year, they don't think about that through the 11 months of the year that they're not paying it, to put it on their overhead spreadsheets and know what their true number is. So if you want to know more about how to create what your true overhead is on a spreadsheet and look at that, that's something we go over every single week almost in the Dirt to Dollars coaching program. We have a spreadsheet on there that you guys can use as a resource and use and track those numbers throughout the year, so you can make calculated decisions on how to play this game moving forward. All right, guys, 2 weeks left until we get ready to go to Equip Expo, 21st through the 24th. You can still get tickets for 50% off with the link, or use code John Seaman at checkout. Tickets right now still with the code are only $30, which gets you admission into the entire event from the 21st to the 24th, as well as a country concert in the evening. If you don't know what Equip Expo is, there's heavy equipment there. There's a couple folks that will bring out some of their new mini excavators. I know Kubota just released something new. Hopefully that's going to be there this year. Every manufacturer in the mowing space are going to be there. A lot of folks that bring out really new cool tools, you know, for the hardscape world and really all around in the trades. So you get to try to check out, you know, what's new in the space. Lots of different classes. There's some keynote speakers that are going to talk about different things. I mean, for $30, it's an absolute deal to be able to come out and experience all this stuff for multiple days. Thursday, 11 to 1, we'll be over at the Jobber booth. We're going to be working with them for a little bit, and then we're going to do a meet and greet after that. So come look for us around the Jobber booth at 1 o'clock. We'll hang out for a few hours there, and then Thursday night we'll go out and maybe try to link up with some of you guys there as well. If you miss us after the Jobber booth, just keep an eye on our social media stories. We'll be posting kind of where we're at and what's going on there, so you can try to get up with us. You can follow us around that way.
We were thinking or hoping to do here is to have this shaved off and all this dirt kind of put under there.
Okay.
And then we have a
We were
contractor that was.
Yeah, we were supposed to have
Put it
steps
all
coming
over
down
it.
the front of that, but they weren't supposed to be that high. We actually designed 10-foot high foundation walls because we thought we were too low. We probably could have gotten away with 9 foot.
Let's look at all of it, and then,
Yeah.
because I think we can really cut a lot of this out without doing retention, especially if we're going to do a cut fill, balance this, and then
Right.
we can slope to one wall versus having to do a tier. You know, that'll literally right there. It's going to save you 20, 30 grand.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so
I know you wanted a,
That's okay though.
but what we can do is we
if
could.
I have more area here, I'll figure it out.
That's what, yeah. She was looking for the tiered area to kind of have a
Have a
planning
terrace.
area above. But you
which
could
we
just,
can still do. You just don't have to go up as high with this upper. Maybe we come up one block higher here, do a step, and only do 2 or 3 block versus 2 or 3 and then 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, but I also don't want the mud coming down over
And,
the top.
into it. Yeah, so when we do the upper set, you just leave it about a foot higher than the toe, so it has a foot of silt catched before it were to wash down there. If we do our
backfill
job
it-
right, you won't have washing.
yeah, they backfill it with gravel too, so it's going to go behind the wall and then out
Right.
wherever they. All right, let's take a peek at the back. Something that starts over here and kind of comes and maybe terminates, and it's more or less to try to just keep what's here.
Yeah. The water should be going that way.
Yeah.
The water, none of this water, none of
No.
this should be coming through here.
Builder has a contractor and he did not want to come and do the final grading until we decided what we're going to do wall-wise.
Yeah,
But in the meantime,
it's a challenge.
You know, just trying to think of how to save you some money here. If we grading this slope out would definitely be better and cheaper than a wall. So I was trying to see if there was somewhere to rob some dirt to
You're right. 'Cause
slope this. Are you opposed to sloping this in versus doing a wall?
if we can do something without a wall or with less wall, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I don't know that you have to have one back here. If we, number one, your problem is water here.
Yeah,
We can fix the water, get it turned away from this.
Yeah.
Put, you know, a good 2-to-1 slope in. I'll walk it all in with a dozer and pack the fire out of it, you know, and then we'll put straw mat on it so it's not going to wash. I think if we 50-50 the water, so turn half of it. Do like you're saying, a lip. So anything that comes off the road goes to that side of the meter, right? Off in that hole.
Exactly.
And then coming down the driveway, 50% of the water will go off there. 50% will come this way, but it channels down into a ditch. I suggest we take this chestnut out and just straighten that so we're not making the water turn, and let it run right out into the woods over here. And then all this will be just graded out to run this way. You won't feel it, you won't see it, it'll just be enough for the water to go this way.
It comes out still.
I don't think that this is gonna be crazy, because if I can put dirt here, slope this in, grass mat it, stabilize it,
I better leave
and we can really just do one wall through there, and I'll slope up the top of it. I'll do one block, step back, do a larger wall, so you can kind of have that garden at the bottom.
Right.
That will also help with our ditch right there to kind of define
That's what
it.
I figured. Yeah.
And then we'll have plenty of gravel backfill with the 2 there. And then on the slope above it, I will just put the straw mat like I'm going to put here, so there's no mud washing down. And then you've got, really 4 or 5 feet if you want, or more if you want, but then the wall will go up of like that garden space.
Yeah.
And I think leaving it at the 1 block high where you could really work at it right there on grade level.
Yeah.
And I'll just turn all that water this way, gravel this area, gravel the driveway, and then, really you're done here, other than putting in your gutters and stuff like that, and your concrete.
Yeah, I think you even said no wall, but I think
no wall. I don't think you gotta have. I think
Really? What do we do about that?
We'll fix it with the dozer. We'll bring a dozer in here and walk it all in, pack it. We'll need to bring some more dirt for what washed, and so that you have it. That's like a 1-to-1 slope there almost now.
Yeah.
We'll give you a 2-to-1. Walk it in with the dozer, pack it in really, really good, and then we put straw mat over top of that, which holds. It's erosion mat. It holds well until grass pops up through.
Yeah, on highways.
And we could do it all just like that. We could come straight up with a wall, and have a little dirt backfill. Same thing here. Do you have to have
one
it
here?
just on the corner so you can have that wall?
Yeah.
Let us come in and do all the grade that needs to be done.
Right.
And then for aesthetics, if you prefer, to cut this, let's do that then. But do we have to? We can do it so that that's the only place that you need walls, and we don't have to go as high with it. No matter what, if you do all the wall you ever want, if the grade's not right, that stuff's going to fail in the future. So let's get the grade so this you don't have this mess.
Okay. Well, I kind of like this idea. What do you think, there?
Again,
I like this better than the alternative that we had been discussing.
Yeah, I'll do it however you want to do it, but let's get your water and grade and stuff done right, and then if you want to do more and more walls, we can look at that.
Okay.
But I would get this water turned and get gravel and be done with the mud, and then we add walls as we need to.
So we were kind of thinking in terms of dollars that probably we were thinking like 50 was about as much as we could.
You can do this all with 50. Yeah. You can do all this with 50. Yeah. Now you want to come up with a big wall there where we're over 6 figures on that.
Okay.
Yeah, that wall alone, you're talking 120 grand.
Yeah. So that's because
that's why we're leaning heavy towards let's just do the grade work.
Yeah.
When I get back to my truck, I left my phone in the truck on purpose. When I get back there, I will send you a picture of the faced block to be sure we're 100% on the same page of what you want. And then if you're cool with that, I'll go ahead and build a quote for you on really everything we've talked about. Really, when we get out of here, and we could go ahead and put the pipe in the ground now for your downspouts if you just flag where you want your downspouts. So when we leave, unless you are going to do some kind of landscape yourself, you should be done with everything outside. And I'll line item it too. So if you're like, I don't know if I want to spend this much, let me take this, these sections off for now.
The contractors to do the dry-in. We had 3 guys come up.
Spent a lot of time with us.
He came out twice. He had a lot of time with us. He talked to him on the phone, and he's like, all right, I'll put together, an estimate for you, blah, blah, blah. Never heard from him again. Couldn't get a hold of him again.
And we were fine with can't do your job.
Yeah. Tell me.
Tell us.
Say I'm too busy. I'm too busy, or I don't want to do it. I don't even care. I don't want to do it for whatever reason.
If I invest the time to make a phone call, I want that time back.
Yeah.
Never mind go out and do the song and dance and go back and spend 30 minutes putting a quote together. I'm invested at that point. I want the job.
1/4 of your year.
And I mean, I understand. I'll give you a quote, but I'm going to charge you for it.
We do.
I'm going to charge you my time. And if you hire me, that's fine. Then it'll be credit toward what you do. But it's like I just don't have the time to give out 10 estimates for every job I get. It just doesn't work.
If not, you're just running around all day long.
Exactly. You know,
There's a lot of times we'll charge a consultation fee. Like if I would have had to come from home up here and don't know if I'm going to get the job or not, you know, like I don't have the time, man, you know, and so sometimes we charge consultation fees that'll go towards the job, you know, and if it's someone that we know is trying to offset the price, like maybe they're buying a home and they need you to price, you know, repairs that probably ain't ever going to be done, but they want it as a negotiating chip, like, and most of the time if you explain it to those people, like, dude, it's a lot of time for me to go back and put all this together, they're fine with it, because at the end of the day, they're buying a negotiating chip, you know?
Yeah.
But some people just absolutely don't care about your time. Where are you guys staying at in the meantime up here?
In an RV.
We got a 30-foot.
That's part of doing this.
It's very comfortable.
When I used to flip houses, I did that for years.
Yeah.
And this is before I had kids and stuff. I would live in the flip while I was doing it.
Oh, while you were doing it?
Boy, you talk about rough. Some of those when I first bought them, they were not habitable.
No, when you first get it.
Got half my floor tore out in different areas. You know, you don't get up and pee in the middle of the night with no lights on.
Right, exactly.
Thank you, sir.
Now pissed. I fucking asked for this nice big Komatsu 240. They were like, yeah, we'll bring it to you. They just showed up with a ragged out Cat 320.
They know you're rough on shit, man. They weren't bringing you the nice one. What do you got going on? Is that damn leaking?
There's two problems with the pond now. There's muskrat holes and it's leaking. I'm going to cover the whole bank side in riprap. So that problem will be okay. I'm going to extend out the pond, but I'm extending it pretty much the back dam is what's getting extended the most. I have to build a new dam, and on the other side it's already higher, so it's just the water's just going to go up to there. I need to put a key in my old dam, right?
On the new part, you don't necessarily have to do a key if you're compacting as you go. Like it's essentially your whole dam is the key, you know. And then on your old dam, I would just put a key in that then.
Build my key and my new dam one lift at a time. There's no break in between the two.
Yeah, there can't be a break in between the two, because no matter how hard you think you're gonna get it, it won't seal. But also keep in mind, you know, if that's 20 foot deep and those damn walls are dog shit, and you know they could collapse. Yeah, anything that you were going to cut or disturb, I'd go ahead and strip all that. And what you could do is you could push it into the pond, not all of it, but you can push some of it into the pond to create a false dam temporarily. Keep that water pushed away from you. Don't push it in so far that when you're sitting on top of the new dam, you can't reach out there with the hoe and grab it. As long as you're not getting stupid heavy rains while you're doing it, that false dam should be fine.
Dig this down to as deep as I need to go, and then build my whole dam as one.
Correct.
Because I'm not cutting this whole dam out. I've never done it, but I got a big catch basin. I'm going to do that as my overflow. Like build an island out a little bit.
Yeah.
Platform.
Yeah, I've never done that either. I would research how to make sure that thing doesn't settle at all.
But Let's Dig 18 says it's not, so.
If you dug down to virgin and put a sauna and backfilled up around the sides of it with dirt so you can stand it up and come up as you go, and then pour it and then set your, I would just do one right in the center and set your basin right on top of that. I'd feel good about that. If that thing starts to settle, then your water height will go down, you know.
And that's the problem. Like the pond, you can see the pond only went up so far everywhere. I need it to come up a lot higher, so I'm gonna build this dam up.
Yeah.
I got a lot of dirt to move.
It looks like a lot of fucking dirt, dude. At least you got that 750 there, though. That'll make it a lot faster. Call me when you get into that key if you got questions. Don't put yourself in a spot where that dam will fall in on you.
All right, I'll call you when I get there.
All right, dude. I'll see you.